I just dropped Jackson off at school, and I've decided that this morning I want to run around to some of the local nurseries and just do a little bit of plant shopping, and I thought I would take you guys with me. It's a pretty exciting prospect for me to share this with you, because normally I just go geek out at nurseries by myself, and so now I get to do it with my friends. Nurseries are just magical to me. Like when I come into a place like this, seriously, like I like feel it right here. I seriously think I am on a mission to get all of the variegated herbs. Variegated lemon thyme, isn't that beautiful? Oh wow, look at this interesting coleus. Isn't that cool? I remember my mom having cannas in our garden whenever I was a kid. That's really pretty. I have a lot of beautiful perennials here, which I'm not ready for yet because we do not have the soil worked out in our perennial garden. But I'm glad to have found a place this local that has such a good selection, because I drive by here really regularly. Lots of different varieties of hostas. Aren't these pretty? I really like this one. I don't actually think I have a place shady enough to plant hostas, but if you have like a garden bed in front of your house that doesn't get very much sun, hostas will take over and thrive in shade, and you can separate them out year after year, thinning them and having more plants. They just continually reproduce. They're really good shade plants, and I love them. I recently saw something on Facebook where someone was saying that they were edible. I've never eaten a hosta, so I can't vouch for that, but I don't know, look into it if you're interested in some good permaculture for a shady spot. Okay, two things. First, I am an absolute sucker for variegated plants. What is wrong with me? I can't say no to a variegated plant. When I see it, I'm like, I need you in my life, variegated plant. Secondly, I am so glad that I came in this place. I've never stopped in here, surprisingly. I've never stopped in here. I've driven by here all the time. It's in Mayflower, Arkansas. But they've been here for 25 years. Small business, locally owned. All of these are grown like 5 minutes away from here. Like, yes, please. Variegated, locally grown, affordable. Yeah, definitely good. But that's not enough. I still want to go to other places. Let's go do some more plant shopping. I just came up here. This is a grocery store. It's a local grocery store, like locally owned. It's a chain, but locally owned. And they buy all of their plants at a local nursery out of Arkansas. And so they often have different things that are not available from the stores that are using the same supplier. You know, nationwide there are stores that all have the exact same varieties because they come from the same supplier. But if you can find a local nursery or a local store that's locally sourcing, you might get some different varieties, and I like that. I actually have no need of tomatoes at all, so I'm not even gonna look through those. To be fair though, I've already looked through those other days, so I know what they have. And I don't need any of them. I can still be tempted by a tomato that I don't already have. More beautiful coleus. I already bought 2 of these at the last place, and I actually have quite a bit of coleus at home, so I don't need any more of that. But look how gorgeous that is, that tricolor. Now here's an interesting plant. This is an ornamental pepper. Does not seem to have a tag in it. Hold on. Okay, it just says deco pot. Now you can see here's some little purple peppers. Really neat leaves, pretty flowers. But if a pepper plant is labeled ornamental, it means that that grower has not had to abide by the same laws that are required for edible plants. Basically, like for peppers, because some of them are so flashy and beautiful. Usually they're hot peppers that have these little colorful fruits on them. They'll be labeled as ornamental, but you really wouldn't want to buy those for eating, especially if you're concerned about growing organically, because you have no idea what this has been sprayed with. It could have been sprayed with anything that isn't regulated for edible plants. Keep that in mind, especially if you get tempted by a very beautiful little pepper plant and you're wanting to save your space for stuff that you can eat. Now, a lot of these squashes are already setting blossoms. I saw some cucumbers and stuff over there. I always direct sow this stuff. I never buy squash plants or cucumbers or melons even. I don't buy those started because they really don't like their roots being disturbed, and I have found that in my growing zone it is really just better to go ahead and direct sow those. They do better, they grow faster. I like this little guy. It's a little jade plant, a succulent obviously, but look at that. Isn't that interesting? Another thing you might be tempted to do is if you see a little pot that's already growing fruit and you think, oh cool, bonus, head start, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one. You don't actually really want to do that. Just because a pot is setting fruit inside the pot does not mean that you're getting a head start. In fact, if I ever end up buying a plant, a vegetable, fruit and vegetable plant that already has fruit on it, like this pepper, I'll go ahead and pluck that little sucker off, as well as any other blossoms that are starting to form, to get this thing in the ground so it can focus on growing its roots before it's trying to focus on developing fruit. And since it's already starting to get kind of late in the season for us, a lot of these are already setting blossoms or setting little fruits. So if I were to purchase any of these, I would be pulling all of these blossoms off and all of these little fruits off. So there's nothing there that I just have to have, but to be fair, I was here the very first day that they got their plants in this spring, because I drive past this this grocery store regularly, and so the first day the plants came out, I was like, don't mind if I do. And I got some really cool eggplants from here that I had not started at home. My eggplants were running kind of behind. I did purchase the flowers that are in my Greenstalk Planter at home. I purchased them from here because their annuals are always really well priced, and like I said, they're locally grown, so I appreciate that. I do want to go find another nursery. I'm gonna find one that I've never been to before. The nurseries that I normally go to are with my mom, kind of over in Little Rock, and I'm gonna head down to Conway because I've actually never shopped for plants there before, and I figured we would go explore some new places together. So I just went on Google and found a nursery that was like really highly rated in Conway, and just got here. It's the Plant Outlet, for those of you who are local. And I came in. I always ask for permission when I come into a small business to record, and they're actually getting ready for a local magazine to come do a feature on them. So it was a good day for me to show up for a vlog. This place is gorgeous. One thing I've got to figure out is what I'm gonna plant in my white tires that hang on my fence. I've had multiple people suggest us using petunias for that because they'll spill out. So I think I'm gonna grab a few of these 6-packs of these petunias. Gotta find a card or something. Ooh, look at this pretty portulaca. Aren't those lovely little guys? Oh, this is what my mom loves right here. These massive houseplants. She's got some huge ones. Look at the ferns. Aren't those pretty? So I really just got into houseplants like 6 months ago. You know, I've had a few here and there, but I've honestly been pretty negligent of them, so they've never lasted long. But after my mom passed away, I ended up with a ton of houseplants from funeral arrangements, which I know is kind of dark, but it's brought a lot of joy to my home, and I haven't killed them. So when I walk through places like this, it's not with fear and trembling like it used to be. I think, oh, that would look nice in this place, and I have the confidence to believe that I could keep it alive. Oh snap. Guys, what is the deal? I was talking to one of our viewers, Rick, who was the one who sent me the variegated herbs the other day. And this morning he was giving me some tips on pruning back the solid green parts of like variegated herbs to promote the variegated parts being able to grow. And anyway, he said that my obsession with variegated plants is a sickness I will never recover from. I was like, that's probably true. This is really pretty. These are colocaceas, which is elephant ears, and they're calling this one mojito. That's really neat. I'm being really good today. I'm not buying that mojito elephant ear because I don't have a place to put it. Homestead Lessons 101. Don't buy living things if you don't have a place to put them. I got a cart. Look at all the pretty arrangements. Ooh, succulents. Succulents are a world that I have not really deeply forayed into yet. I've kept some, but I have not gotten really intensely into collecting them or propagating them, but I want to. It's kind of on my list of things that I would like to do. Maybe once we get to a point that we're not doing so many projects, this is something that I would like to take up. I love succulents. They're absolutely beautiful and really pretty easy to take care of, and you can get just little sprigs of them and make new plants, which I think is really fun. Look, this is where a leaf off of one of these plants above it fell in here, and it's starting to root in this plant. Stonecrop sedum is one of my favorite succulents. Isn't this just so like romantic? I just think that's such a beautiful plant. Here. Burrito sedum. So I'm not gonna buy this because I already have enough sage, but look at this beautiful purple sage. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. This is the same sage I bought with Ben the other day whenever he and I were plant shopping. Look at the dahlias. Aren't those gorgeous? Lots of herbs. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to bring Ezra back here. Look at all the roses. Wow. My camera is not going to do this justice at all. I just wish you guys could see this in person. Thank y'all for watching my channel. It's nice to be able to share things like this with people who will be enthusiastic about it. You know, I come to things like nurseries and I'm just like, oh, so moved by it. And you know, we live in a world that is largely unmoved by nurseries. Oh wow, look at this rose mallow hibiscus. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so if you've never felt wormwood before, I want you to go find a place that sells it and just touch it. It feels so soft. I bought a plant of wormwood the other day, silver mound, just like this one. Just because it's the softest thing I've ever felt. It's like growing before. It's so soft. Oh, I just want to rub my face on it. Lots of perennials out here. I'm not gonna try to get started on those right now. Here's a little plant of lemon balm, which I do not need. As many of you know, I've got it growing like crazy in a bed. But one little plant like this, if you plant it, it will come back year after year after year. Oh, cool, this is something I don't have. Bay leaf. Isn't that neat? Beautiful lavender. I don't think I've ever seen one quite as light and fuzzy as this. This is called Goodwin Creek. Here's like more traditional French lavender. Oh wow, look. Merlot lavender. I have a problem, I'm telling you. When I see it, I just instantly, I'm like, I'm gonna buy that. It's variegated. Variegated lavender. Come on now. That's really pretty. Golden oregano. I don't think I've seen that before. Look at the mint plants going nuts down here. They're like huge already. Mint is so invasive. I'm also gonna grab one of these little purple basil starts because I did start a good deal of basil, but I didn't start any purple basil. I usually do grow it. I like using purple basil for pestos and drinks and stuff. I think it's pretty, so. Wow, look at these. I don't know what this is. That is a beautiful plant. I don't feel like my camera does this justice. I should have brought my bigger camera. Here's my little cart. I'm gonna go check out before I spend too much money. Well, that was fun, and I would say a successful trip. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and validating the things that make me excited. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. I bless you. Until next time.